And it is now time for
Eejits of the World!
Oh, and what a cornucopia of Eejits we have for you this week.
Yes, they've come from the hills, they've come from the fields, they've come from the factories.
You most certainly have.
I'm Glenn Wall, and this is
Andrew Maxwell. This week we have the Eejits of billionaires' youthful penises.
And we have the Eejits of franchises.
We have the Eejits of beetles' penises.
We have the Eejits of Australian police mistakes.
And finally, we have the Eejits of sexy crocodiles. Well then, what an opening Eejit we have for the world. Ladies and gentlemen, shall I introduce him?
Please do.
What an opening Eejit we have for you. We have none other than 45-year-old American tech billionaire Brian Johnson.
Brian, not the lead singer of AC/DC.
No. Because this Brian Johnson is trying to get younger. Whereas that Brian Johnson was conceived as a gnarled knuckle of a man with a cloth cap on top.
And you just see the lineage of his family like the evolution chart. Just all cloth caps straightening up till it gets to him.
You know what I mean? He'll just get a bit bigger, but he'll always sound like this. No, this Brian Johnson has become globally famous because he describes himself as a biohacker or rejuvenation athlete.
Lion Brian Johnson.
That's him. Brian Johnson has spending $2 million a year to become younger. Through science.
Oh, yes. Well, that's, as opposed to voodoo or prayer.
The normal way.
Yeah, the way I do it.
The way I do it. Do a little dance, sing a little prayer.
Kill a chicken.
Kill a chicken. Get slightly younger. Either that or you eat a chicken. Either way, it's great.
Yeah.
No. $2 million in his rejuvenation techniques. One of his techniques involves taking his own son's blood and injecting it into himself. And his own son he refers to as the blood boy.
Well, is he still married to the mother?
She never gets mentioned
Uh-oh.
at all.
Yeah, she was put into a protein shake years ago. Cheaper than a divorce. You know it.
Whip out the stem cells and off you go. He's like,
it doesn't look like a hot tub. It just looks like a big blender. Just get in.
just get in. Trust me, it's going to be the most romantic night of your life. You're going to make my hair and teeth look great in 5 years' time. But honestly, she never gets better. You've seen the guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's like, how would you describe him?
Yeah, just like a fucking a weirdo, you know. You describe him.
He looks kind of...
He's sort of like a cell bud of Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's like an acorn of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
He's doing over something 700 therapies a day, all with the aim of not only not aging but actually de-aging, and he looks slightly oiled.
Yeah, and out of the 700 therapies, none of them are the therapy that he needs.
No,
he's taking a shotgun approach to therapy, but you're missing. There's only one.
it's just a beige room with a bit of nice music. You can just talk your feelings through, Brian. But his whole aim is to live forever. And I was thinking, maybe when you see him and just how moist he looks, he looks moist. At all times. I think maybe that's his plan for eternity. He's going to just try and slip sideways through the pearly gates. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, no, he's out. He wants out.
He wants out of heaven.
Yeah.
to live forever.
That's right.
As a tech billionaire. Lord knows we need more of them. But here's the thing. The reason why he is our first Eejit of the week. Here's the reason why. Is his latest claim is that he, through shock therapy on his genitals, he's managed to de-age his penis 15 years, and he's aiming to get his 45-year-old dinky down to the age of 18. He wants to have an 18-year-old cock.
Does he just want an excuse for coming too quick? Sorry, I would have lasted longer, but my penis is 18 years old.
You know how it
There's
is.
nothing I can do about that, except, well, I could stop hooking it up to a car battery, but I can't.
I am a rejuvenation athlete. Please, my love, don't be frightened by my oiledness.
Yeah, well, I think it's probably a part of a very flavorsome court defense. His lawyer's like, so you were on Epstein's Island? Okay, we got to get your penis age down.
We need...
Yeah, Your Honor. I mean, obviously the man's 45 years old, but he's got the penis of a 7-year-old. Get it out.
Yes.
Get it. Show. Yeah. Order! I will clear this courtroom if I hear one more tenor.
No more science penises in my car. That's what I was thinking. Like, here's my thing, right? Say if this therapy actually works. And
It doesn't. But
it keeps making his winky younger every year. Like, how do you make it stop at 18? How does it, like, how would it not keep going and he just ends up with, a Benjamin Button?
well, and why? Like out of everything about getting older, the nicer thing is your dicks and your balls get bigger. Like they're not as wild and carefree as they once were. But like it's not like you don't really need a younger penis. Now, here's the thing: if you came up with a therapy that de-aged the vagina, wow. You are talking about if you could make a 40-year-old woman's vagina a 20-year-old, like after a couple kids, if you could shrink, the world would give you an award. Like, remember the end of Star Wars when the whole planet came out? And they all put, well, you have basically blown up the Death Star.
You mean like you could get all the Ewoks to dance in celebration? Is that what you're saying?
I think a dancing Ewok is a great visual to what I'm trying to say. The happiest little Ewok. You could turn your Wookiee into an Ewok, ladies.
So terrible. But I think it says it all that, like, there is billionaire women out there, but none of them are planning to de-age their business.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Because it doesn't work. That would be a tangible way, just setting up the car battery. Okay, gun it. Oh, I feel my vagina. This is de-aging. There's none of it. Like he's just looking at it through rose-colored glasses, going, yes, that's an 18-year-old's cock. Did they shave your balls? Is that what happened?
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Well, they had to, but in the electrocution process, they probably had to shave his genitalia, and now he's like, oh, so it looks like it was 18.
Yeah, I'd imagine an electric charge to the nuts would tighten them up somewhat. For some period of time.
And if you don't believe us, you can get these tasers online. And what you gotta do is just order it and taser yourself in the balls.
For $45.99, you can get your balls tasered, your nipples tweaked, and you can have the glint put back in your eye.
Yeah, well, it'll be something in your eye, I'll tell you that much. A wild glare.
Like if you look at him, like this guy, he looks like just a lubricated 45-year-old.
Yeah.
Which as somebody who has been a lubricated 45-year-old is great, but keep to the cocktails, dude.
Yeah.
Age gracefully. Or disgracefully. But don't de-age your ball bag.
Nah, there's no shame in getting older, people. It's going to happen. So don't... Yeah, and I can't believe we have to tell you this. But don't blast your balls with electricity.
Yeah. That's not science.
No.
That's not science. At no point did Benjamin Franklin think, I'll go outside and I will take control of the electricity of the sky.
He tied a kite to his penis with a key. I mean, that's his story and he's sticking to it.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Maybe it's the secret story of all the great science breakthroughs have actually involved balls. Maybe it was a pair of balls that fell on Isaac Newton's head. Isaac Newton was sitting underneath an apple tree. And one day, a kindly peasant teabagged me. I say, young boy, from whence did those balls move? Upwards to downwards? Why, yes, my lord.
Well, here's the thing. I think you technically are true in that. Remember the guy who yelled Eureka when he was lowering himself into the bath?
Yes.
Balls first. Depending on when he figured that out, it may have been his testicles that led him to think. He might have just been measuring his testicles.
That's true. Yeah. A classic thing the ancient Greeks did. That's how they got overrun by the Romans. A little bit too much loose toga time, if you ask me.
Yeah. Sat on those things one too many times. Decided to measure them.
It's so crazy. He spent so much money. $2 million a year.
Yeah, and he's never got a compliment until he told people what the compliment he wants.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, that's a real young cock you got in there, boss. Oh, thank you for noticing.
Thank you. Some people say it's 18 years old.
I mean, science can't age it specifically, but I mean, I've had a lot of people look at it and go, that's an 18-year-old cock right there. So
a lot of cock experts. If you want to get it checked out, tested out for age, there's a place downtown. All you got to do is pop your cock through a hole. And then an expert will really work it all out for you. Then you just get your paperwork on the way home.
Yeah.
So crazy. Well, good luck to you, Brian. You fucking Egypt.
Yeah.
All the money you could have spent. You know what? For $2 million, you could just have a 45-year-old's cock, but get a 23-year-old to compliment your cock. Every 20 minutes. Trust me, it'll feel young and wonderful.
Yeah. Like, surely the point of being a billionaire is just to be as ugly as you can be and still having beautiful women around you. Like, that's the real sign of, like, oh, God, that guy's rich. You know? Like, that's, you know, you see these old guys and they got hair plugs and they just look like a mole with a brush on their head. And
just like a thoroughly sucked peanut.
Yeah,
looking pretty sporty with like a little sailor cap on, huh?
Yeah, nobody knows my secret. We all do.
Yeah, we know. You know your secret. Yeah.
Like you know, Trump painting himself orange, and then he gets he has the surgeries, and he puts his hair up. If you're as rich as you say you are, and in Trump's case, you're not. No. Yeah, the uglier you can be, the richer you look. The hotter the woman, then that's everybody. That's honestly what everybody else say. Like, oh, that guy's got a lot of money.
That's all you need, Brian.
That's all you need.
Find love. You don't need an 18-year-old cock.
No.
No.
That's the moral of the story.
So that's our first story, ladies and gentlemen. Well, good for you, Brian.
Good for you.
Good for you, fucking you rich lunatic.
Yeah.
Do you, Mr. Glenn, have an Eejit for us?
I do. Well, it's a team of Eejits. It was in France. I don't know if you saw this story, but there was a heist. Mais oui.
In France.
In France, there was.
Let me try and guess. What did they steal? Did they steal cheese?
No.
Luxury handbags?
No.
Oh my God. There can only be one and final option.
They came for the champagne.
Wow, this marauding scam.
In a very French heist, there was 2 trucks of Moet and Chandon.
Yes.
Worth about
Moet.
Yeah, Moat.
It's pronounced Moet.
Moat and Chandon.
Moet Chandon.
Yeah, it sounds like a 4th tier English football team. Moat and Chandon.
There you go. Moet and Chandon Rovers are playing Redbridge and Dagenham Diamonds in the 7th league. 7th string of the game. Still 40,000 people there.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
Still fighting in the stands.
Oh, yeah. No, at that level, the security are the fighters.
Yeah.
They're the allocated fighters for.
That's right. Yeah. So they break in and they steal two trucks full of champagne.
That must have been a pretty penny.
600,000 euro, maybe per truck, maybe all told. I don't know.
Either way, ooh la la.
Yeah, oui.
That's a lot of champagne.
Yeah. So and they're driving away with them. I don't know what they thought, but the trucks obviously had trackers.
Yeah.
Trackers on them.
Yeah.
So they get in a high-speed chase, and the police are, behind them.
Yeah.
So then they got to go to the back roads and get off the highways, and then they abandon it. But they get away. So he's technically not...
The Champagne Bandits.
The Champagne Bandits ride again. It is possible. They get in a car, and then I don't know why the police didn't keep chasing them. Like, no, we only chase trucks.
Please. Bonne chance, mes amis.
Yeah.
We are only angry that we could not share a bottle with you.
Yeah. Who knows what the police stopped to do when the 2 champagne trucks were abandoned.
But also, it's such a weird James Bond villain kind of crime. 2 champagne trucks. Over 70,000 bottles. I just thought, who is the master villain? Do you know what I mean? Just somewhere it's a sad day as the news gets through to Johnny Depp's lair. Sorry, my lord. The heist has been a failure.
Well, that's what I thought too. Back at the hideout, just an empty ice bucket with the ice just melting and the condensation's cascading down the sides.
That's true.
It just reminds you, we are failures.
Yes. How are we supposed to celebrate? Just Johnny just sitting there.
I thought I had a bad year last year.
Oh, yeah, I might even shit the bed.
See how that little dog likes it. Two could play at that game, little dog.
Two trucks rammed with high-end champagne in a high-speed chase through country lanes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Those trucks are going to have to be laid down in a cellar for a generation.
Yeah. Or go off like a shotgun at a wedding.
A shotgun at a wedding?
No, because
what kind of hillbilly weddings are you going to? Thank God, Cletus is finally married. Boo-boo.
I mean, the bottle's gonna go off like a shotgun because it's all been shaken. People won't necessarily know that, so they're just like, yeah, woo!
Actually, most people don't realize how you actually open a champagne truck. Is actually you hold the cabin and you turn the back of the truck. That's right.
So the Champagne Bandits, and that's who you are now, by the way.
Champagne Bandits.
No matter what you go on to do in the world of crime, you will always be the Champagne Bandits to us. And you know what? A lot of people may take the side of law and order, but I'm more comforted knowing that they're out there.
Some people steal gold. Some people steal diamonds. Some people steal other people's cocaine. Some steal arts. But we only steal the finest Grand Cru, the finest of champagnes.
We. And we are out
Well,
there.
yes, we are. There's two of us.
Yeah.
There's more than one of us
trucks.
involved. So great. So French. There's nowhere else
I
like
tip
this.
my beret to you.
Nobody in England stealing 3 trucks of Stella. The great Stella theft.
It would be very easy to find them if they did.
Yeah.
Police are looking for a man who drank a half a truck of Stella.
And by finding him, the police are asking for assistance getting his clothes back on.
His wife has been put into hiding.
Apparently, he's got a lot of things he wants to get off his chest. He's been tracked down by sniffer dogs to his own front garden.
They've been monitoring the radio call-in shows.
I'll tell you another thing. Yes, I am the Stella Bandit. What? No, it's half a track lad. Yeah, come around. Come around mine.
Yeah, quick shot though. It's only a half.
The court case just prosecution. The first question I'd like to ask the defendant is, you got any left? Because we got a barbecue. We got the prosecutor's barbecue coming up in the weekend. We'd murder a bit of Stella. You got any Stella left?
No, I don't.
No, I do not. I mean, yes, Terry. But the British legal system would be so much better if everybody wasn't a tough and they were just geezers.
Yeah.
Just geezers in the late 50s, early 60s, doling out justice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a crime as far as I'm concerned. Free the dogs. Free the Stella.
That's right.
Justice, natural justice, real justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bang the gavel for that.
I mean, you know
Let
what I
him
mean?
go.
You could steal a truck of Guinness. But if it was in Ireland, unless you parked it for 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? You'd always know the tourists in the... Here, lads, just let it settle. Settle that Guinness down. Take our time. Make sure we've got nice, clean glassware.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oddly, we have to put it on a jewellery cleaner.
That's so nice. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, we say bon chance, mes amis.
Salut.
Salim and all, whatever that means.
Yeah.
We
She's
wish
a
you-
fine singer from Quebec. Salut Manon.
Salim and all. So, in the world of science, Mr. Glenn.
Oh, I love it.
Love it. Never had anybody just straight up love it.
Love it.
Love it. The
Science me.
science. I'll share with you.
Good.
The latest discoveries in the world of science. They've discovered a beetle.
Okay. So they found a beetle.
Oh yes, in the world of science.
Yeah.
Brand new discovery, Mr. Glenn. They found a beetle. And you can imagine the scientists must have been delighted. Like, they're, you know what I mean? A lot of people have been putting a lot of pressure on them to cure cancer. But you know what I mean? Sometimes you've just got to go with what you got.
Yeah.
So they found a beetle.
Right.
Only...
Okay. Yeah, there's got to be more of this story.
Yeah, it's can't. Surely the fuck. It can't just end with they found a beetle.
Yeah.
They found a beetle.
You've taken $1 billion in funding. What?
Drum roll, please.
Look at the back. Go in the backyard. See what you can find.
We found a beetle. It's a special beetle, Mr. Glenn.
Is it?
Very special. It has been named the Carlsberg beetle.
What?
Can you guess why?
Was it the Beatles' name when they found it, or did they name it that?
It's mind completely blown. It never occurred to me that the beetle, when meeting the scientist, would have gone, "How do you do?
I am the Carlsberg beetle.
My name is Carlsberg. I'm not actually related to the Danish brewing family. It is merely coincidental."
Carlsberg don't make beetles, but if they did,
Oh! That's just a joke in my family, the Carlsberg, beetles.
yeah.
No, the beetle wasn't previously to Discovery named Carlsberg.
Okay.
Do you want to have another guess?
It drinks a lot.
Nobody drinks a lot of Carlsberg.
Yeah, it had one, and that's
That'll,
yeah, but that's a lot of Carlsberg. Yeah.
that is a lot of Carlsberg. Prepare yourself, Mr. Glenn. Set your face to stunned. The Carlsberg beetle is called the Carlsberg beetle because, unlike other beetles, it has a penis the shape of a bottle opener.
Nothing weird about that.
No.
Don't we all?
I mean, mine was when it was 18. Now it just looks like a back of a spoon.
You open a lot of beers with that thing.
Apparently, this beetle's penis is the shape of a bottle opener.
Wow. Is that how he introduced himself to the
Hello.
scientist?
I suppose
Let me get that for you.
That's all it says. It says that his penis, the beetles, this type of beetle's
It's
penis.
his. You can say his penis.
Yes, his penis. You're right.
Well,
Yes,
actually,
the beetle's penis.
we don't know how that beetle feels.
Oh, we don't know how that. We don't know.
We're not judging.
We're just presuming.
Yep.
Which is like
Just
judging.
say the beetle's penis. You don't have to gender the damn thing.
Right. But the point is, this particular beetle's penis and all this type of beetle, the Carlsberg beetles, their penis is the shape of a bottle opener. Right? And nowhere in the article does it explain, because I don't mean, it's probably a bit too late, but I'll tell you. Right, so here's Winkies and there's Foo-Foos. Right? They have to go into each other. Yeah, they have to be compatible.
They should.
They should do. But I've no idea. Like, it doesn't anywhere in the article explain, like, did the lady beetle have a fanny like a bottleneck?
A little beer bottle.
Nothing. There's no mention of what kind of carry-on she has.
Yeah.
Like, does the lady beetle have a vagina like the edge of an old table? I mean, what? What? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel for this beetle if it's now joined like if it can't have been around humans that often to have never been discovered.
true.
So we don't know where they've gone and got these beetles from. But obviously you breed them so you can study a big thing. But they're gonna get loose. We're gonna have these weird dick beetles crawling all over the place. And this is I'm worried for the beetles because they get loose. They start crawling through the cutlery drawer, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be something beetles do.
A beetle would do that. I can see that.
Yeah.
That's very beetle-like.
It comes across a bottle opener. And it's like, the hell are they doing with a huge dick in here? What are they using this thing for?
Why have they got a massive metal dick with happy memories from the Algarve written there? The first time the fucking Carlsberg beetle comes into a human's kitchen and just sees 20 massive metal dicks on the fridge.
And it's got a fox's penis hanging off the side of it.
Why has every guy in Switzerland got a massive metal dick in his pocket? Oh, so stupid.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we salute you, the Carlsberg Beetles. And I know you're just a cover band, but you're a good cover band.
You're a hell of a band. But also, like, where's this beetle exist? Presumably it exists wherever the fuck there's no screw caps. Right? Right? We live in a world of ring pulls and screw caps. Like, was it discovered from a scientist in the 40s? Everything gets popped off with one of these. He's here. Beetle dicks. That's what we call them.
And do the women masturbate by pulling their sleeves up? Twisting.
There's me thinking I was going to say the weirdest, stupidest thing in this segment.
Not today.
Not today, son.
Guess who's had the long drive?
The long drive. And we've had the penises of science twice now.
Yeah, it's real dick heavy. It was a dick heavy episode.
Sure is. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, there sure is.
Sure is. Well, good luck to you, Carlsberg Beetles.
Yeah.
Where you do roam, we wish you all the very best.
Scuttling your weird penises across the globe. Go forth.
Go forth. But this isn't a rarefied thing. Apparently, because we keep discovering new animals, but they're, crap ones. They're not like elephants. We're not discovering elephants anymore. We've discovered them. Lions and elephants are discovered. Eagles. We've discovered all them.
We're discovering subspecies.
Yes, but they're all getting named. There's some other scientists named. There's a type of rainbow-coloured fly that has been now named, scientifically named, after RuPaul.
Oh, lovely.
RuPaul now has a fly named after him.
Yeah, I hope they went heavy with the rainbows when they told RuPaul about that.
Yeah.
Oh, what if it's just a fly? Named a fly.
It's a rainbow fly.
And all flies are a bit rainbowy.
But yeah,
Like
sure.
their eyes are like multicolored.
They have that iridescent quality to their wings. I grant you. But you can see there's a third one. Like, so you've got a beetle that has a willy shaped like a bottle opener, Carlsberg. You've got a fly that is rainbow coloured, RuPaul.
Yeah.
Who's obviously a legend in the LBGTQ rainbow flag world, right?
And also in the fly world.
Massive in the fly world. Which sort of a twofer really, like. But here's the weird one. They also discovered an egg-laying mammal, and they've named it after David Attenborough.
Oh, well, in honor of his egg-laying abilities.
The fact that this guy drops very hard shits. As a man in his mid-90s, like, they are dry and hard. They're like a fucking boiled egg.
Consisting mostly of boiled eggs now. From whence you came, you will re-emerge.
Once again, as a new egg. That's what science is about.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about the chicken and the egg. And now we can categorically prove it's the... No, let's not give it away. It encourages them to go away and discover science.
Yeah.
As we have.
Yeah. Go and learn.
Go and learn our love of science. Share our love of science.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There we go. Gonna do two at once.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going south of the equator. We're going back to very much a land that is a friend of this podcast. We are going back to where the toilets spin the other way.
Hey.
Australia. Australia.
Throwing at the barbie and the shrimp.
You know what? I feel like I've just been locked in a cupboard for an entire week. I'm losing my mind here. So this is an astonishing story.
Yes.
Sydney, Australia.
That's not someone's name. Is it?
It should be.
A really bad wrestling character.
Sydney, Australia. I'll fight you on the beach. But only if you got in the way of me ball. There is a cop. The cop in Australia has just been convicted. Constable.
Well, that's a story in itself.
Yeah, sure is in Australia.
Boy, you fucked up.
Yeah, see, for those who've never been in Australia, they don't have organised crime. They just have the cops in and out of uniform. They found a way in Australia of just sealing that circle. Don't you worry about crime, ladies and gentlemen. The criminal's already in the car. We've already got them. We're winging them on the way to the station as we speak. Because it's the end of his shift.
Yeah. We got a police station full of criminals.
Surely do. This cop, Constable Dominic Gaynor, real name, real name. He is just being convicted. Mm-hmm. He's just been convicted of pulling his service revolver, his gun out.
There's still no problem there. You're allowed to do that.
So
you're on the force. You're trained to use this. It's not a weapon. It's a piece of equipment.
Right.
Okay, and it should be treated as such. You have every right.
Right.
Well, and you please illuminate me in what scenario did he pull this out in a necessary fashion?
In the police station at another cop's head, because the other cop threatened to give away spoilers of Top Gun Maverick.
See no problem there. He fired off a couple warning shots first, though, I imagine.
I'm telling you, Derek, not a fucking word. Top Gun Maverick. What spoilers? It's like, I'm going to tell you. Don't you fucking dare, mate. I mean it. Oh, it turns out he was a ghost all along.
He's not a Sheila. He's a man.
Oh, it's a fucking bloke all along. What spoiler alert is there for Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah.
In this one, he flies.
Does it work out for him in the end? Yeah.
You spoil it. You know it is. You spoilers.
I couldn't watch the bloody thing. Oh, no. He was going to shoot the Russian. Oh, I turned it off.
You ruined it for me, mate. I was there already, sat down, got a big bag of witchetty grubs, which, by the way, is Australian popcorn. I don't know. That was like a Mick Jagger Australian accent. That's what we have,
the
mate.
Ned Kelly movie.
Yeah, I love that movie so much. Mick Jagger, 1960s,
With
pretending
the bin on his head.
Such is life. I'm an Australian. Put your hands up. Surrender to me, Ned Kelly. Or I'm not Australia's leading bushranger. That's me calling up the boys. I need reinforcements. So
We should have put all the stones in it.
I would love it. Just all of them trying, and just in the back, just Charlie smoking a cigarette, shaking his head.
Yeah, between takes, just waking up Keith. The paint eyeballs. Because he's kicking that out.
Keith's playing the role of a jolly swagman. Jolly skagman, more like. But yeah, so that's it. I like it. How would you just be watching this like, fucking outrageous? Try to enjoy a movie. Don't know how it ends. Yeah. Obviously, Tom Cruise is going to take off in the plane, but nobody knows. Will he win?
Yeah,
he win.
Yeah, here's when I heard it too, because the reason he got charged and everything, because it was all jovial. It was only when the other guy realized that he had a real case of, like they were joking around. He never had his finger on the trigger. Now you're not supposed to pull your gun on another police officer. That's wrong.
In the station, he didn't put his finger on the trigger, but it did come up in court. He did say that he did point it in the vicinity of the other cop.
Yeah, But I imagine this guy probably took it too far. Like he was, we don't know how many times it's like, no, mate, I've got plans to see it this evening. The wife's taking time off work. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you everything. Just please. Mate,
I'm going to give it all away. Yeah. I'm going to even tell you how many thrusts the engine had. Don't you dare, mate. Don't you dare. Well, what are you going to do about it? I'm going to I'll use my service revolver. Right, yeah, you will.
You're going to get it ass, stick it in my face. I don't think so.
This cop's defence lawyer, right, in court, said this act of pulling out a service revolver, pointing it in the vicinity of your colleague, right, all over the plot line of a fucking action movie. His defence lawyer said, it was merely skylarking, tomfoolery that went awry.
Yeah. Well, I think skylarking is... that's not what that means. And to be honest, I don't know what skylarking means, but I know it's not that.
Well, I can tell you in Australia, it's pulling a shooter on a man. Yeah. Mate, don't be scared. I'm just doing a bit of skylarking.
But here's the other thing. This happened long after the movie had been out. He had missed its run. It was out. It was available. He could have been watching it at the time. Like, once he said, I'm going to spoil it for you. I'll watch it on my phone. Huh? How's that grab you? That's not a spoiler. That's a spoiler.
Here it is. Exactly. It wasn't in the cinema.
Yeah, he could have been watching it like in his drawer, like a Calvin dinner, and just go, yeah, I'm going to spoil it. How are you? What happens in the first 15 minutes?
As it happens, Tom Cruise goes so fast in a plane, he ends up being a little fella. Did you know that? He does all his own stunts. When he started off, he was 6'9". Such as Tom Cruise's dedication to doing all his own stunts and action movies. He's shrunk down because once you go through this you break the sand barrier, you lose half an inch every time. And they only had one camera, so they had to do all the angles. They actually had to make the movie 15 times. This is a real hero. Real hero.
They had to make tiny planes to make him look normal.
Tiny Tom Cruise planes.
He's in bloody drowns. They fly him around in bloody drowns.
Well, you haven't told them. We don't have the heart to tell them you're in a drone, mate.
Nah. Just put him in his dollhouse. Let him get up and shoot them all. Little tiny cameras. He won't fit in a regular sized camera. It'll look weird.
Nah, you're gonna get a little one. He's actually in that little plane that you put a coin in. You keep toddlers busy at the shopping centre.
I've got a need for speed.
You're going so fast, Tom. You seem very far away.
Yeah, move the camera up closer. Closer. Boonk.
Oh, Tom Cruise. With all his stunting.
Yes.
Anyway, this cop, Constable Dominic Gaynor, for pulling a gun on his fellow officer.
Guess what? It's now being referred to as Gloria.
It's your punishment, mate.
Yeah.
We're going to nickname you. We're going to give you a girl.
You're like a disco queen, Gloria.
It's the greatest punishment that can be meted out to an Australian man. We're giving you a lady's nickname. Please don't. Flog me. Yeah. Drain me. Throw me off the Sydney Harbour Bridge. No, mate, we're not going light on you for this one.
Don't give me a lady's name. I'm Leslie.
I don't want to leave behind me manly name, Leslie St. George.
please welcome your next dancer to the stage, Leslie St. George.
And here comes this. G'day, fellas. I know you're expecting a sweet little thing, but you haven't seen me, told ya.
18 years old.
Down there, I'm 18. I have stem cells for breakfast.
I stuck it in the hairdryer in the bathroom. It's really de-aged it. Look at it in the eye.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. It's the biggest sentence we can hand out. You're getting a girly nickname. Oh.
Not for life.
Oh, not for life, mate.
Whoa.
Just as long as people are alive to remember it. As long as you can as long as you can outlive every other man in Australia, then your sentence will be over.
You want to mind the graffiti too.
So go free.
They'll put it beside your phone number, and then future generations will know. Gloria.
Go forth, Gloria. Free, but cursed. Enjoy trying to get a schooner in your local RSL from now on, Gloria. You're going to have to wait for ladies' night, which is only once a month, but still a lot for us fellas.
And a bunch of ex-cops down there. Ladies' What are you in for, Barbara? Oh, I really punched a kid. Like that.
What did you do, Kathleen? Oh, I was a hitman for a couple Lebanese heroin dealers. Jesus Christ.
That's all you did?
It's Kathleen Jane. It's hyphenated.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, girl name for every one of me victims.
Oh, we salute you, Aussie girl name people.
Well, good luck to you, dirty Aussie cops.
Yeah.
Here's to you. Can't wait to see you again, boys.
Yeah, with another girl name. You'll be back in the news 5 years from now with yet another lady's name on your sentence.
Whatever you do, stay away from Janet. You don't want to know what Janet did.
Oh, she's a psychopath.
She's a psychopath. You can take that from me, Fifi LaRue. Maruba's seventh most terrifying man.
Shut up, here comes Margaret.
Look at the size of Margaret. Jeez. You sure Margaret didn't go away for a bit? He's a big fella now.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Hello, Margaret.
Sorry, Margaret. You all right? Who's looking at not me? Not me, Madge. Only me best mates call me Madge.
My wife calls me Madge.
Only me dearly beloved wife gets to call me Maggie. So sorry about that, Margaret.
Margaret it is. Sorry.
Or Chief Inspector, whatever. Whatever really... Whatever works for you, boss. Check it out.
Big Margaret.
We salute you.
Salute you.
We salute all the dirty cops in King's Cross Police Station. You're a fine bunch of lady-named fellas. All those lady men out there and policing the streets of Parramatta. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good.
Actually, the reality is he got, for doing that, for pulling a shooter on his colleague, he got 100 hours of community service.
Wow.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
Not really, no.
But when you've never actually worked that hard as a cop. 100 hours?
Yeah.
It's going to take me a year to get through that.
It's basically a life sentence.
For a Sydney cop it is, mate. 35 hours of the week are just, sucking Tim Tams. You bite off one end, you can drink your cup of tea through. It's what we do in the serious crime division. That's how you know that you're a serious cop. You get different flavours of Tim Tams.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Now then, one more. Would you like another one from...
Yeah, let's do one more.
What people like to call the land of Down Under?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's one. This is prepare yourself.
I'm ready.
Oh, I don't think you are, Mr. Glenn. This is quite the story. So, helicopters have been setting off crocodile orgies.
Yeah, obviously. It's the reason I'm trying to buy one.
Which? Crocodile.
I need the whole set. I need the crocodiles and the helicopter.
Yeah.
I don't have a large backyard, but it's enough. It's enough.
It'll do. For one croc. One croc, one helicopter.
One wanking crocodile as I fly my little helicopter over it. Neighbors are looking out. Hey, Glenn, look away.
Look away. Leave Mr. When Mr. Snappy goes belly up, you look elsewhere.
It's not a fucking barbecue. All right? I'm having a private time in my backyard.
That's right. I don't know why we're from Boston now.
I don't know. It's a cover story.
That's yes. So Queensland. Well, I don't think anybody in Australia listening to this will know that I didn't need to add the word Queensland in here. So Queensland is, I guess, it's sort of like the Florida. I'm probably being generous. It's more like the Alabama.
Australia's the Florida of Australia. Come on.
Australia is the Australia of Australia. And then Queensland is the Australia of Australia. And then when you're in Queensland, where this is, up around Townsville, is...
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
That's where the Cowboys are. Great team. Once. Maybe they will be again.
Yeah.
So, there's a crocodile farm that has 3,000 crocodiles in it.
Well, they're doing it right then.
No, they sure.
Well, what did they start off with? 100,000 crocs. These things are like pandas. We can't get them to fuck.
Just cannot get these crocs to fuck. So, I was going to say 30,000. There's 3,000 crocs in this crocodile farm in Australia. And what they've discovered is it's not too far from Australian Air Force base or training base or whatever it is. And when they fly the Chinook, the double propeller helicopters over the crocodile farm, and I quote, the crocs go into a sexual frenzy. All the male crocs start bellowing into the air and instantly start shagging.
But when I do it...
When I see that big sexy H,
oh yeah,
woo, something's gonna land.
You can't make it illegal for me to live by a base. I looked. There's no. You're gonna have to make a rule. Like there's no law. I'm allowed to wank to your helicopters. It's not
illegal.
Yeah.
You can give me 1,000 hours of community service. You can tattoo "I'm Susan" onto my forehead.
You can call me Jessica. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but I'm not going to stop wanking to your helicopters.
Apparently, what they suspected is
crocodiles are weird.
I have to say, crocodiles are weird.
The scientists who brought you beetles have now come up. They've figured out the crocodiles are weird.
That's it. Okay, we've done quite a bit of science on this. And those long, thin, scaly dogs, they're called crocodiles. Although there's a couple of Spanish guys from up in Harlem call them alligators. Yeah? But they're the same guy. It's a green dog.
Yeah.
Very long green dog.
Yeah.
And weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Weird.
It's weird.
The babies are made of eggs.
I
know. Who else?
Why? You David Attenborough?
Well, yeah, you David Attenborough over here. Is that what this is? You think it's a David Attenborough? You think you're a man in your mid-90s still making critically acclaimed nature documentaries over here? The answer is no.
Unless you're David Attenborough, and then the answer is yes. Are you David Attenborough?
You David Attenborough?
It's David Attenborough.
Hey, how you doing?
Get him a chair. It's David fucking Attenborough.
Sit down, David Attenborough. And then maybe don't squeeze out an egg while we're talking to you.
He's gonna do it.
Come on.
He's gonna do it.
Come on, drop one of those.
Come on, Dave.
Come on, David.
He's gonna do it.
Come on, buddy. It's your first time in the Jersey Shore. You've been in the shore before? Come on, drop one of your special. I know you got one of those special. Drop one of your special British doses. Eh? You know, they make a, you know what I mean? They got those, because they eat all that figgy pudding and...
Okay.
They, they eat all those English, old-timey English things.
Dave, funny time's over. Do it.
Do it.
Come on.
Lock the door.
Lock the door.
Dario, lock the door.
Mm-hmm. Twice. Come on, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
We're just a couple of guys on the stage waiting to see a guy will lay an egg. Okay?
Is it too much?
Because it better not be.
We got all your series on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blue Planet, that was good. Blue Planet was good.
We read a lot of scientific journals, Dave. We know you can do it.
Yeah, pass me that beetle, will you?
Yeah, pass him the beetle.
So, they think, the scienceman.
Yeah.
I'm scienceman.
The scienceman. My father was a scienceman.
He worked on the science road.
He worked at certain laboratory.
Hard there down in the shovel, sciencing away.
I remember he'd come home from the collider with all that dark matter on his face.
Straight through the door. Mama will go, Ernest, you want me to run you the tin bath? God damn it, Louise, I want to get this dark matter off me.
Yeah, he ended up getting, he got black lung of the brain out of the CERN collider. They don't, that's back before the unions.
Before we all teamed up together.
Yeah.
So
I just heard his brain cough all night. My daddy was a scienceman. That's why I'm a scienceman.
That's why I'm in science. It's a closed shop. Your daddy could read a science book. You're going to read a science book.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go into the liberal arts.
My uncle fell into a hadron collider.
Yeah. You should have seen the bosuns that came out of him.
Oh my God. He looked like an Australian punishment. Come out of that hadron collider.
Two of the biggest bosuns I ever seen. We called him Higgs after that. Yeah. He never found it funny. But he never found nothing funny because he was a scienceman. Yeah. They're the ones and zeros, guys. They got no poetry in their souls. No. So the reality of this, how long have we been here? So this, they think, this is what they think. This is the working hypothesis. The reason why the crocodiles are getting horny about helicopters, it's the of the blades.
Right.
Right?
And not the sexy lady crocodile that's flying it.
Hey, boys!
God damn it, Johnson, has your lady crocodile stolen another goddamn helicopter? Told you, just don't leave the keys beside her tank. She gets out.
She's a sexy crocodile cartoon lady. We know she's a lady because she's got eyelashes and a handbag. So the working hypothesis...
Could be Bugs Bunny in disguise, but...
Don't talk to me about that sexy rodent.
That's one of our rules. I'm not allowed to talk to him about her.
Not Bugs Bunny when Bugs Bunny's dressed as a lady, and definitely not the caramel bunny. Anyway,
he's gonna do it.
The working hypothesis is thus: that the of the helicopter blades is mimicking the sound of thunderstorms. And when the thunderstorms come in nature, that means it's the rainy season. And that's the horny season for the crocodiles. So it's setting off the crocodiles early.
Wow.
Yeah. And they can't stop. And once they hear the bub of the helicopter, they're like, that is go time. Yeah. Let's go. And there's nothing, you're not going to try and wade in between 3,000 randy crocodiles to break them up.
For any reason. Especially if I run a crocodile farm. It's like, quit making my crocodiles so horny. Unless you're a lazy crocodile farmer and you're like, I want to do this once a year and once a year only. So fly your helicopters elsewhere.
Yeah, you could do it. I mean, the only thing I think you could possibly do is maybe throw in a lubed handbag. Lots of lubed handbags. Like a sort of a rubber fanny for crocodiles.
Ah!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, on that shameful note, is this week's bumper sticker. A rubber fanny for crocodiles. So there's science.
Science. Well, what a crop.
What a crop.
What a crop.
It was very scientific.
Yeah, I hope you learned something about that.
It was a very scientific episode and also a very cock-heavy episode. We apologise to people who are more into the arts and vaginas. Next week will be for you.
Next week we'll have our special guest, Arthur Vagina. Art.
Thank you for joining us on Eejits of the World. Shuffle your papers, goddammit, Mr. Glenn. Please.
I like to think that out there somewhere Arthur Vagina's like, am I doing a show next?
I've got nothing in my diary.
Get my agent on the phone.
That's it, please.
Yeah.
Please follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram.
All of them.
Facebook, TikTok,
MySpace. Maybe.
MySpace. Let's get the producer onto that.
Encyclopedia Britannica. We're in there too.
Like and subscribe and click that bell.
Mingling.
For more of your penis-heavy science.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
joining us on Eejits of the World with him,
Glenn Wool,
and me,
Andrew Maxwell.
Yes.
I got them both right this year.
Yeah, we got it this time. It has been a Pod People production.
Pod People production.
Pod People production. The Pod People production.
Pod People.
In collaboration with